Okay, the nice people over at NIIMBOT sent me their B3S printer to review, and after shaking it down a little bit, I can tell you that I really like it, but I had a couple hurdles to get past before I got it working real good. And it is a 3-inch thermal label printer, and a thermal printer just means that there's no ink or no cartridges to change, that it uses thermal transfer on the paper. When I took this out of the box and turned it on, I have it on right now. I'm going to turn it off. It's got a little shutdown song, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it back on again with a long press. Another startup song, and as soon as it connects to my app, it may make another sound. It did. Okay. You'll notice here that it says device ID and then B3S with some numbers and letters there. And when I first started mine up, it was in Chinese, and that kind of confused me for a few minutes, and I went in the manual, and the manual very clearly has a language setting. And how you get to that is you do a short press on the power button, and right now it says self-check page. I'm going to go ahead and hit yes for that, and it'll print you a test page that shows your serial number, your Bluetooth MAC address, firmware and hardware versions, battery voltage, and then some information that I'm sure is pertinent to NIIMBOT. So the printer works. You can confirm it works just by doing a test page. So I'm going to run back through the menus: self-check page, paper alignment, the density of the print, the type of paper that's in the machine. It times out pretty quick. Type of paper, shutdown time 15 minutes, and then finally the last page is your language setting. So you would scroll to that, click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clicks on the power button to change your language, and it says language in English on the page, which was pretty helpful. One thing about this printer was it doesn't self-detect what kind of labels are in here. And the app shows that you can scan. I'm gonna replace the label here. Here's the page, and I hope we can see this. It says label paper not recognized. The printer doesn't have automatic identification feature. Please select a label, and you would do that manually over here. But up here there's a button that goes to your camera, and it'll scan a barcode, and then it comes and says please use NIIMBOT label paper. So I can't get any of these to work, and it's, for whatever reason, it's not using the camera now. Here, please use NIIMBOT label. So I don't know why in the app that the barcode feature doesn't work, but it doesn't work. So what you do is you just go over here to general, and then you scroll through here until you find the roll of paper that you've got, and then you can select it. Mine's already selected here, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a label, and I'm just going to add something. I'll put the name of my dog here, which is Coco, who's a very cool dog, by the way. And let's just bold it, and I'm going to make it just a little bit larger, and I don't really have it centered up, but I'm going to go ahead and hit print, and I have it set to print 5 times. So you can see that it prints very rapidly in batch printing mode. I forgot to set it back to 1 because I did a batch print a little while ago. So let's just print one more label, but you can see the response time for the label is very fast. So really quick batch printing. That would be excellent for maybe a dinner party where you wanted to personalize your plate settings with happy birthday or happy Thanksgiving 2023 or whatever you'd like to do. So we've got like a power button. It's also a menu button, and then there's like an action button over here. On the left hand side of the printer, there's a USB charging port, and the back side there's not really anything going on, and the right side is where you change your labels from. And there's one interesting little thing in here. It may be hard to see, but there are graduations, and it starts at 20 and goes to 75, and you have to flip this little red bar up, and then you can stick your finger down in here and move it back and forth to select the size of the paper you got. And obviously you would want to align it along the graduation for what size paper that you had. The paper goes in bottom down. I'm fumbling around just a little bit. So the labels are facing towards you, and then if you put it in and it's not aligned, you simply hit this button here and it'll go to the next gap in between the paper, so it auto detects the papers here. So once I got past the Chinese language setting and figuring out that I had to manually add the paper, I was able to print quickly, rapidly. The app's pretty intuitive, and this is just a neat little printer. Again, it's 3 inches wide, and that's perfect for like making inventory labels, place settings. Jesus, your imagination is your only limit here. You could also make like safety signs. They advertise this as being able to make like price labels in stores and things like that. So really, really neat little printer. So that's my take on the B3S. The B21 is my favorite NIIMBOT printer. It does everything automatically, but it's only a 2-inch wide printer. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed my review, and I think you should probably get one of these things.